Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Welcome to the Black Tax. There's an African proverb that says, when the roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. I have been an entrepreneur for a very long time. I have had ups and downs and way the fuck downs. I have always understood that the power that I have, the tenacity that I have not to give up, to continue to fight for what I think is important to me, is something that is deeply rooted in my soul. Being an entrepreneur, making it happen, not giving up when it gets tough. When I was a teenager, it must have been 13 or 14, early teens, my dad gave me a book by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I don't remember the title, but there was something in the book that struck a chord with me, where he said, you go and get this education and then turn around and give it to the white man instead of empowering yourself and your community with your talents and your gift. And that's when this seed was planted. That's when this moment of clarity happened. That the good that I want to do, the way that I want to change the perspective of how I am seen as a black man and the other black men in my life that I know and I may not know, that it is important for me to use my education, my foundation, being the great grandson of a former slave and an immigrant, to have my grandmother and my grandfather instill the teachings of her godfather, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, that my dad being a member of the nation in the early 50s, being an avid follower of Malcolm X and the Panther Party and the OAAU, naming me after his slain hero. Those roots are so deeply intertwined with my everyday existence that I don't know how not to be principled, not to stand when the bricks and the bottles and the words and the lies are being thrown at me, because my foundation is clear. I am here on a mission, and with that mission comes a lot of grief. I can start over. I have started over. Hell, I'm starting over now. At this late age, having to rebuild everything all over again doesn't mean I can't do it. It just means it's a little taxing physically, emotionally, mentally. Many of my Generation Xers did what we were told to do. Go to college, get a degree, go back, get a graduate degree. You will always be employed. And so many of us who were stuck between boomers, millennials, Gen Z, and A's, we can't find employment. We can't find work. We have to be creative. We have to begin our own businesses to survive. We've downsized our lives. We have sold things. Hell, I'm selling some Basquiat's that I have. Not that I want to, but I know I bought them for a reason, and here the reason is here. But starting over, clearing the slate, removing the people that no longer serve you or need to be in your life because the next journey that you're about to step into, they can't go along with you. Your foundation resists that. Your foundation prepares you to step away, because without that foundation, you will suffer, you will fall back, you'll let excuses and sorries and it wasn't supposed to happen that way, I apologize. You'll let all of those things sway you back to the level that you weren't supposed to be on in the first place. See, your roots are your foundation. But as that tree grows and spreads out, not everybody can grow and spread with you. Some of them have to be left. Some of them have to be leaves. They come in the spring, they last through the summer. As soon as the fall comes, they stop dropping off. They only come back around when they need something. It is difficult for me to have this particular conversation today because I'm going through a lot of shedding. I've let a lot of things go that I should have let go years ago. But because of who I am as a man, who I am as a person, I still believe in the goodness of people, sometimes to a fault. But when that fault disrupts my foundation and shakes me to the core, that is when I know it's time to let go. That's when I know it's time to move on. And my foundation is what keeps me strong. My foundation is what keeps me moving. Your foundation is the solid thing that no matter how bad it gets, you can always come back to it and stand on your own 2 feet with the foundation, because what's beneath it is rock solid. I have a lot of degrees, 5 to be exact. And those 5 degrees, though they may seem random to some other people, I have a bachelor's in Black and Puerto Rican studies. I have a bachelor's in clinical psychology. I have a master's in clinical psychology with a focus on industrial psychology. I have an MBA and I have my JD. And some will say that those are random. They have no interconnection. But because IP, intellectual property, is my specialty, they're all connected. The psychology of selling, the business, the legal, and the importance of understanding my foundation of intellectual property as it relates to products, business, all those things. See, I understand as a Black man, foundations are important. I understand as a Black man that starting over will happen more than once, hell, more than twice in my lifetime. Not because I did something wrong, because I won't settle, because I won't allow myself to be subjected to something that I know goes against my foundation. It's important to remember your foundation, where you come from, because on that, you can do anything. And yes, my situation is different and everybody doesn't have the same foundation, but you've got core principles that you stand by and you won't put up with. You won't put up with somebody disrespecting you. You won't put up with anybody calling you a bitch or saying some slick shit and get away with it. Especially when it attacks your character. You're going to stand 10 toes down on that. So you have to remember, most people who hold strong character are disliked. Not because they've done something to the individual or to the group. It's because the group or the individual can't sway them to their side. So they have to try to attack it from a different perspective. But that foundation that you stand on can't be attacked. It's immovable. Like the proverb says, the deeper the roots, the harder it is for the wind to blow down. And most people are just wind, trying to find a way to destroy you. But I have a strong belief to each and every one of you who listens to this podcast that you know how strong you are. You know you have the gumption to do anything you want. Your foundation allows that to happen. Now, indecisiveness and insecurities and fears, those are things that can be put to the side. Because when you really look at your foundation, that's where you start. Your foundation is the beginning of anything you want to accomplish, anything you want to do, anything you want to be. Sometimes that foundation grows, gets bigger, because it has to. And the people who are around you, they can't stand in the way of your growth, because that growth contributes to your foundation. And so I want you to put a list together of the things that makes your foundation personalized, that the thing that makes your foundation, those tools, those traits, those things that uniquely are you. I tell people all the time, I'm not perfect, but I am perfectly Malik. Now, some understand it, some don't understand it, and that's okay too. But the reality here is my foundation keeps me moving, even when I feel like I'm stuck. I can always go back to it. I can always rebuild from it. I can always start over from it. And no, I don't take pride in starting over. Absolutely not. But I do take pride in the fact that I can start over. I do take pride that I can begin again. I can take pride in the lessons that I've learned having to start over have made me a stronger human being. And those same lessons that you have to learn and have learned when you start over will carry you to places you never thought you could go. Remember, your foundation are deeply rooted in your soul and are the thing that will keep you focused on your next come up. Stay woke. We out.